Well, they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so why not put aside an extra few minutes for something really special?
Oh, absolutely. We have gone 5-star tonight with Joe Shannon. To this morning with Joe Shannon's brekkie, baked eggs with tomato and mozzarella and a papaya and pear sunflower smoothie. Wow. Joe, back with a bang.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. And it's basically because what I've gone through, I have to rethink what I eat. And I'm trying to pack in as much goodness as I can throughout the day. So if I start with the smoothie, very simply, right? So in here, I have basically a tin of coconut milk and some natural yogurt. You can use a good Irish yogurt that's out there. If you want to use a Greek yogurt, completely up to yourself, simply in there. And I'm going in with that with some sunflower seeds, which is great for a boost of energy for the day, so it is. I have some chopped peeled pear that goes in there. I have some papaya, and papaya is absolutely beautiful. That's what it looks like. You've seen papaya, haven't you?
I would never think of buying papaya. Yeah.
And just be careful, get them when they're nice and soft. And when you cut them in half, you'll find that there's some seeds in them. You just remove the seeds and just take the flesh away, put it in there, no problem at all. And go in with some nice Irish honey, just to sweeten it up.
Beautiful.
I'm using a beautiful Irish honey, local Sligo honey. And then what I won't do it here because it'll be too noisy, with a stick blender, I basically blend that until you have in front of you, tell me what you think, and there's your first boost of fruit for the day. See what you think.
It's delicious.
Isn't it?
So what's that? Coconut milk and yogurt?
Milk.
Because I would never again have coconut milk and yogurt in a smoothie either, but that's really good, isn't it?
Yep, coconut milk.
I kind of always think of putting a banana in to kind of thicken it up.
And a banana is great too, because it gives a great release, slow release of energy, which is fantastic. You know, but it's just, and for the kids, you know what I mean, just for the flavour. So you all get involved in it, which is fantastic.
As well.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
Seeds, delicious.
And then going on to the main event for the breakfast, what I've simply done, it takes a little bit of work. And the thing about this, you could do this the day beforehand. So what you need to make is what we call a tomato concasse. And very simply, a tomato concasse is what we're doing is where we take some olive oil or maybe some Irish rapeseed oil into a pot. And what you would do is you would take some onions, some garlic, and you would let them cook down in real time. You know, if we weren't doing this on telly, they would be cooking for about 5 minutes, nice and slowly, building a foundation of flavour, which would be beautiful. And after 5 minutes, I will go in with some tin tomatoes, but what I'm using is I'm using an organic tomato.
Okay.
All right, organic tin. If you can afford them, you buy what you can afford. That would simply go in, and then you would let that boil, juice and everything. You would let that boil down for about 15 minutes.
Are they chopped now? Chopped, you get the plumbed ones, don't you?
You can use the plumbed as well, because they will break down anyway. You know what I mean? And you will end up with a dry tomato mixture, just like this, okay? And then what I would go is, I would take some lovely spinach. So again, some olive oil into my pan, some fresh spinach. They say Popeye was right, all right? So in with the spinach, let it wilt down. Very, very simple. And then I will go in with some salt and pepper. And what is lovely is a lovely piece of fresh nutmeg, just to give it a bit of flavour. All right?
Right.
So very, 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 very simple. And then what we do is we do a little assembly to the whole dish. So I have a little oven-friendly dish, okay? I've given it a little greasing, so I have with some oil. So I start off with some of our lovely tomato mix. Be generous, all right?
Beautiful.
Into the bottom there. Very, very, very simple.
So that tomato, you could do that the night before if you have maybe 5-10 minutes extra in the morning.
And you know what you could do, Tommy, as well, is you could maybe treble up the recipe.
Yeah.
And what's left over, use it for a pasta dish.
Yeah, delicious.
Nice wholemeal pasta for the kids and a bit of cheese. Beautiful.
Very nice, yeah.
So then we go in with some spinach.
Joe, while you're doing that, can I read you some lovely texts about people who've missed you?
Oh, thank you.
Lovely to see you back, Joe, and continued recovery. Wishes to you from Wexford. You have a great attitude, and it's great hearing you laugh again. That's from Peggy. Lorna says, so delighted to see you back. We missed you and your good humour. So sorry to hear your absence has been due to illness. Wishing you a very best of luck with your treatment and a speedy recovery. That's from Lorna.
Oh, that is beautiful. And I've got hundreds and hundreds of messages from people. The team here in Ireland AM have been fantastic. My employers have been fantastic. I knew Hospitality, the Radisson Hotel. Just the support from all over the country. There's a Fiona Griffiths down in Cove that writes to me all the time and keeps an eye on me. She watches the show all the time. It's just been phenomenal. It really, really has. And it makes a huge difference. Let me tell you, it makes a huge, huge difference. And you know my family, everybody have been fantastic.
You coming on TV this morning, though, to show that even though you have an illness, you're still able to live life to the full.
Professor McCaffrey has told me that. He says, is your life doesn't have to stop because you're going through treatment, you're going through recovery. Remember that, it's recovery I'm going through. You know,
and there'll be a lot of people watching that this morning.
Some of my lymph nodes have been affected. I've been flushed out with chemo. But, you know, at the end of the journey, I'm going to be a bigger, better man. You know what I mean? So, I've gone in with my spinach. I've gone in with some lovely Irish cheddar cheese.
Yum.
And I'm going to top that off with an egg, a good Irish egg. And what I would simply do is put that into the oven, just like that, for about 15 minutes. And we end up with something, once the egg is nicely set, like so. And you can serve that in the dish.
Right.
Or we can turn it out and serve it with some lovely wholemeal toast, which I have here, and on your plates, and have a little taste.
Can I
tell me, what
taste
do you
it
think?
now?
Absolutely, please do.
So these are, you've turned this over, so we're having it upside down. Isn't that gorgeous?
And you've kind of got some cheddar cheese in over the top of it, just melted.
We have calcium in there. We have protein with the egg, which is a very cheap way of getting protein. We have, you know, tomatoes are great for antioxidants. They're good anti-cancer protective food, so it is.
That is stunning.
Isn't it beautiful, isn't it?
Delicious.
And it's just sometimes when we're on sort of special diets and stuff like that, we get bored eating the same food all the time.
Oh, this is
so maybe
delicious.
once a week you have a little treat like that for breakfast. You know, you might be having your porridge during the week, whatever the case is, and you just want a little change. And that's simply it.
It was delicious, Joe. You are not out of practice by any means. God, the absence done you no harm. This was so good and so lovely to have you back in studio.
Oh, thank you so much. And we're so much looking forward in the industry to opening up on Wednesday.
Yes.
It's really exciting times for all our hotels all over the country. And to wish all our hoteliers and restaurants and everyone that's opened up as they do the very best of luck.
Yeah.
You know, it's great to see the country coming to some little bit of normality. And you know what? It's just fantastic to see your two beautiful faces again.
You're an absolute star.
Thanks for feeding us.
No,
See you, Joe.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.